Hello, students for ILS 225 Fall Semester 2020. This is just a brief overview on how I organize ILS 225 on BrightSpace. It's not instructional how to use BrightSpace. It's very important to know that. You'll see on this main page is my announcement page that explains the course, but if you scroll down, you'll see a file that's attached. This is a BrightSpace training handout with some tips as well as comments from students who have used BrightSpace in the past during the pilot program. If you scroll all the way down here, you'll see my email and just some, actually the modules that are in the table of contents. Table of contents are in the content page. So this is how organized ILS 225. You're going to find your syllabus here, some content here, contact information, and your syllabus here, which you can then download or view or print. I'm not taking advantage of bookmarks or course schedule. Course schedule is tied into due dates, but I have learned with BrightSpace that I don't want to set a due date, because here's how due dates work on BrightSpace. If I give you a due date and you submit the day after the due date, you won't be able to. So I don't want to do that, because sometimes, things happen and student needs an extra day. So I don't have any due dates. I have provided you due dates in a module titled Due Dates and Grade Schema. We'll get to that. So syllabus priority. Make sure you review the syllabus and the outline. It gives you good information on the weekly discussions or the topics, as well as course policies. So the table of contents is basically the same thing as Blackboard has, only they called it course content. But this is how this is designed. So under table of contents is student resources. This is your most important module of resources. This is something that IT put together about course announcements. The next three links are important. Student orientation to BrightSpace, imperative to check out. IT help desk, computer issues, please go to them. Students always email me when they have a computer problem, but I'm unable to help them. It's important for students to let me know they're having technical issues, because that may impact their due dates, but when it comes to figuring them out, IT's the person or the group you want to get support from. Next one is Student Tech Hub. I really like this. This is going to take you to a page that will list 3 primary support BrightSpace Wi-Fi devices. So I really love this. This is something new. Please take advantage of that. So those top 3 are going to be helpful to you. Please note that unlike Blackboard, I really don't know how students can use BrightSpace, because it's very different from the faculty side. So I haven't had any opportunity to really understand the student end. I know what it looks like, and I can certainly, I'm in learner mode right now, but when it comes to, uploading files and things like that, I haven't signed up for a class or a pretend student to play around to get familiar. So faculty are going to be as familiar with how students are to use BrightSpace. So we are encouraging students to not email us, how do I do this or that in BrightSpace. We are encouraging students to take advantage of the YouTube videos and the IT support and Student Tech Hub support. So please, UMA is standing ready to help all students. Actually, the entire University main system is ready to help students. So please get support from that and take advantage of the videos. So the next thing I have is a link to a website put together by Northeastern University on time management skills. These are for students that have an overload or are really struggling in managing their time, because you don't want to fall too far behind, especially with the new teaching software called BrightSpace. So I just put this here for you that may be helpful. And every time you review these, you can check these little boxes here, check those off, and that'll let you know that you have checked it out. So it's really important to take advantage of those check-off boxes. Let's see, links to UMA libraries here, student handbook is here, and I also have a link on academic integrity that talks about plagiarism, because we really want our ILS students to understand the importance of citing other work. Don't take other work and not cite it, and certainly don't take work and use it, or writings from a paper and use it as your own. As you know, this is something we don't do. The university system, this sort of breaks it down, explains it, and we do have some issues with students doing that. And since you're all, undergraduates, we just want to reiterate the importance of citing work. So I added that there as well. eCampus bookstore, click on that to order your book. Yes, there is a textbook. You log in, you can shop by course. You'll have no problem getting your book that way. Let's see, no more physical bookstore. Just get ready on that. Next thing in student resources is, again, just like in Blackboard, there's suggestions on browsers you can use for BrightSpace. There is free software for students, Office Suite 365, so there's information about that. I'll also put a link on Request for Incomplete. This is towards the end of the semester, usually 2 weeks before semester ends if students need extra time. More than 2 weeks, like maybe an extra month to finish some of the work. They can request an extension by filling out an incomplete form. So this is something you would think about towards the end of the semester. But I just put it here in this student resources. So that's what's in student resources. Then I have APA writing support. So everything about how to cite with APA is here. These are all good tips. I don't know why students don't look at these, but I can tell students who do and students who don't. So please look at that. And of course, link to the Writing Center. Students don't like to write. I get it, but that's what they're there for. And they do have virtual support. So students should have no issues contacting them and asking for support. Here's your due dates. So I have due date table. And if you click on that, you'll see you have a due date list, which is great. So no questions there. If I should change a due date, BrightSpace will notify you when we make changes, but I will ensure that you will know that if I made any changes on due dates. Let's see. Then before class begins, I do have a quick, I want students to introduce themselves. This takes them to the discussion board to introduce themselves. And then every week, here's where your content is, every week. So once you go into a page, you'll see an overview, what we're going to be covering. So that's here. And then these are all things that you're going to need to read or review. And you see these little check-off boxes? When you're done, check it off. And that'll keep you at task. It'll let you remind you that you've done the work. I'll also have assignments in the weekly content. It'll be down here. You'll see a module that'll say, like for example here, week 1 assignments. And so you'll see discussion topic links or any assignments there. But you'll also see me have 2 modules. Discussion board assignments are all listed here in weekly order, as well assignments. This is not a discussion topics, but like an assignment board. And they're also listed here. So you have 2 places to find your assignments during the weekly course content here, or separated here. I do have mini video lectures. Right now you don't see anything, but as I build them throughout the course, if I feel there's a need, this is where they'll be posted, and I always lead students to that. I have a list of technologies here that may be helpful to students if they're not familiar with certain technologies. I put that in there. I do have student examples. Yep, sometimes it's helpful for students to see what an assignment should look like. So this is always helpful to my students, so I have it there. And that's pretty much it. This here, faculty resources, you really shouldn't see that at all. You shouldn't. But that's pretty much how I've organized the table of contents. Please remember, any BrightSpace support you need, you contact BrightSpace support, and you'll see them in the Student Tech Hub as well as in Students Orientation. And that's pretty much it. Bye for now.